In this video, we're going to be looking at the continue statement of a for loop. Just like we look at how you can break out of a loop, you can also use a continue statement to skip the values, some values in your loop. So let's look at what we've written here. Sometimes in a loop, we may want to skip some values and continue with the rest of the loop without having to worry about doing anything with the values at that point. For example, if we want to loop through number 15 to 80 and print out only the numbers that are divisible by 6, it means that every time the program gets to the value that is not divisible by 6, it continues with the loop. And so what I have done is I've created a program, a very simple program, which loops from 15 to 80. And I said here, so I started my count as 15, and don't worry about the one at the top, it's actually very easy. This is the one that has the continue statement. So what I'm doing here is I am checking, I use an if statement to see if counter is divisible by 6. So I'm trying to see if the counter at that point is divisible by 6. I'm using the modulus to check if it returns 0. If it is, I want to continue. What that means is this statement will print out all the values of our counter that is not divisible by 6, because every time this continue statement is met, it will jump back to to this for loop statement and then check and then increase the value of counter by 1 and then check the boolean statement if it's true. Then it come back here again, use the if statement. If this is true, it will continue again. It will not execute any line of code after that continue statement, and this is very important. Continue doesn't mean continue executing the line of code. No, continue means that the value at that point in the for loop, you should not deal with it. You should just continue with increasing the value of counter and then checking to see if it's still met this boolean expression. So let's actually look at this example in an actual program. So this one, the for loop at the top, the one I didn't show you, is very simple. All it does is just print out the numbers that are divisible by 6, and that's actually easy. From 15 to 80, we'll print out any number that is divisible by 6, we'll print it out. But this other one, it checks if the counter modulo 6 is equals to 0. If it's divisible by 6, just continue, don't print it out, but otherwise it will print it. So let's run the program and actually see how that works. So this is the one at the top here. It said 18 is divisible by 6, 24 is divisible by 6, we know 30 is divisible by 6, all of these are true, but this one is saying 15 is not divisible by 6, 16 is not divisible by 6, 17 is not divisible by 6. So as you can see, and anytime you want to continue with a loop without having to deal with the value at that point, you use the continue statement. By you put in the continue, it's like a breaking out of the loop but still continue with the loop. So it's a kind of like continue statement. I mean, it makes sense, isn't it? It's a continue. So that means don't worry about the anything after that continue statement. Just increase the value of the counter and check the boolean expression. If it's true, then come down here and still check the if statement. If that one is still come out to be true, don't worry about this again, continue doing what you're doing. So this is how you use the continue statement. I'll probably see you do a couple of example in a real life program so that you can actually see how we use this thing, and I'll see you then.